He was.
He took over your rectum in the rectory.
He wrecked my rectum.
He wrecked your rectum in the rectory.
Welcome to the BoyFriends podcast, where we help you find your circle
and your man.
I'm Jarrod D King, and the full crew is back, and I am so excited to have us all here. I've got Renee with us, we've got Noel, and we've got Mike.
And we have Pino.
We've got Pino. These are like our last 2 episodes for the season. For the season. So we're celebrating. So
what are you doing
why don't we go around and like give like quick little updates, because we haven't recorded in a while. Renee, I know you've had like a big change. What's the new apartment like? What's going on?
I love my new apartment. There's so many hot men in there, and it's great.
Oh, wait. The guy, has he checked the podcast? The one that you said, wait, didn't we say there was a
hot guy in the building?
There was a hot guy in the building.
We have a hot guy in the building.
I didn't forget either.
What did we say last time so the audience knows what we're talking about?
Oh, so like, I kind of forget, but like the guy who showed me the apartment, he also lives in an apartment, so it came with a built-in hottie, which I'm so happy about.
Right. And you had mentioned it. I was like, oh, tell him to watch this podcast for the first 5 minutes.
Don't watch that. But no, I love it. I'm the first one to like live in my little unit, which is so nice. It's brand new. Barn doors. I'm just pouring myself into DIY and making like a book wall, and
she's always doing something on social media.
You're flipping furniture.
Yeah. You're doing good.
You're doing really good.
I love it. I'm having such a fun time.
Awesome. Noel, what's been going on with you, sir?
Busy with work. And working out a lot. That's all I've been doing.
I actually am going to start a workout plan. Like my brother is doing like a personal training thing now, and so he gave me like this intense workout plan. I'm like, okay. I'm just trying to mentally prepare. But hopefully when y'all see me, I'll be able to just be like, pow, show you the abs, you know.
Make sure to lower the volume on that part.
It'll happen.
Sorry.
What's been going on with you, Mike?
I've just been busy. I've been socializing nonstop, which has been fun. Another club, all that fun stuff. And then my friend me and Monet got an apartment, and we're moving in like August. Yeah, I'm excited. It's gonna be exciting. I'm stressing out trying to get everything done beforehand, but we'll get there.
Your girl's here to help.
Renee.
If you need some DIY projects, you need me to flip some furniture, bitch, I am here.
Let's talk about our topic today, which was actually voted on. I made a little poll for our viewers on Instagram, what topic they wanted to look for. The one that was most voted for was how long to wait before asking the top-bottom question, I guess, when dating. I have bullet points, but I want to see where everybody else is going to, like, take this.
I'm interested, too.
Yeah.
I have no opinions and no intelligence.
You're here to be a fly on the wall.
Yeah.
She'll be like, so what's a top?
What is a top?
¿Qué es eso?
So who's the woman? That classic one.
Oh, my gosh. I've had that asked before. It's like...
It's the most awkward question.
Stupid.
Yeah. It's so dumb.
No one. We're both men.
No.
Or we're both women.
Just shut up. That was really dumb. You should leave.
What is your opinion on this? How long do you wait before asking the top-bottom question?
Immediately?
Okay.
Listen, I want to know what I'm getting into.
Yeah.
It also depends. Like, if I'm looking for a hookup, I'm going to be more direct. But I'd rather get it out of the way. Like, let's get down to brass tacks. Like, let's get down to business to fight the Hun.
Desserts?
Yeah.
So, like, if you're on a date, does it come, like, dessert or before the breadsticks?
Naturally. I wouldn't be like, I need to ask this. But, like, sooner than later. Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I'm a little bit different in that. Like, for me personally, the sexual position doesn't matter so much. And so I'm like, I mean, I guess that also because I'm versed, I'm like,
right.
I can go either way. So whatever you say is not going to faze me and we're going to get into sides at some point. But yeah.
Do you rock, paper, scissors? Who goes?
That.
I've never done that. It's really just like the energy.
Can I ask you a personal? Yeah. Is it because you say you're versed? Are you versed bottom, versed top?
I am like a fully versed.
A true verse.
Yeah.
And relationship wise, have you been before a versed person to someone else?
Have I been versed? No. There have been. I won't say like I've flipped once in a while, but I would not say that has been a verse relationship. It's not been a relationship with like another guy who was completely versatile.
Okay.
Yeah.
But maybe they allowed me to do some things.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair.
What about you?
I always ask
Up front.
Why are you pointing to me?
Wait, has there been a question?
No.
What?
Sometimes not to be shady. It's implied if they're top or bottom based on the personality.
Yeah.
But then I've been judged for being strictly a bottom based on my love of just loving Britney Spears. Like,
Really?
Yeah, he's a Britney bottom. Like, no, I'm not.
Britney bottom.
I'm not just a Britney bottom.
I've
I've always
Question.
I have a question. I don't know what that means.
I've never heard Britney bottom either until like right now.
A lot of
People that love Britney Spears like to take it up the ass.
Yeah.
Oh.
Or just because, like, I have sometimes in the beginning of when I was younger, I was a lot more maybe flamboyant. So as I got comfortable with myself, I was labeled as like, oh, he's definitely a bottom. Or in my past relationship with my ex-boyfriend, his demeanor was very, I guess, daddy type.
Okay.
So people thought automatically, oh, he's definitely the top of that
Right.
relationship.
Now, see, this is something I was thinking about earlier this week. I was like, I would really, I might be sharing too much. I don't know. Y'all let me know. But I would really be into like a really like masculine like
Bottom.
Like in the streets, like y'all think that he's like
The juxtaposition
top,
of
but then
it
it's
all.
just like
I
I'm taking that one down.
I feel like a lot of masculine men are bottoms. I feel like especially the men who say that they're not gay or too maybe like nervous or afraid to come out, and so they feel like they have to be as manly as possible to prove that they're straight and not gay. I feel like once they finally admit to themselves and like have sex with a man, I feel like 9 times out of 10 they are gonna be a bottom.
It's like when you see someone,
as a straight person,
it's like when you see someone's kid, like he's gotta be a bottom.
I might have the wrong opinion, but just from stories that I've heard, that seems to be the general.
I mean,
consensus.
and it might be one of those things where it's like you swing while you're. I mean, like you swing from one end to the other while you're trying to figure yourself out
one
as
end
well.
to another.
Because it's like
Paris is lovely.
Technically, I guess you could call them a little bit anal retentive, right? And so it's like you want to.
But also,
Once they get some, it's like, ooh.
you guys have like the men
after a
have
few
G
years.
spots in their butt.
Yes.
So like, wouldn't everyone want to be a bottom?
No,
I don't know why not.
A lot of guys,
why not?
a lot of guys that I know don't like to bottom. I'm like, and my question is why?
The pain, probably.
The pain, and usually it's because it's uncomfortable. Yet bottoming is uncomfortable. It's like shitting in reverse.
It really is.
But I mean, it doesn't have to be, and I think that's the thing. It's
That's
like
why
if
God
you're
invented
with
lube.
somebody,
Yeah.
if you're with somebody that you trust and somebody who knows what they're doing, and
Yes.
if you are comfortable enough to just like relax,
Yeah.
then it can be very enjoyable.
Wait, is there a cream that you can like?
A numbing cream?
A numbing.
Oh, okay, yeah, numbing. But like, how cool would it be if there was like a cream that just like not like
Like an
ruin
all-in-one?
the senses, not like numb the senses of your butthole, but like made it looser.
It's called poppers.
I was about to say,
Like how cool, like just like you put a cream on there and then it just like loosens you up and like your muscles are just like back. And then like you could take it up the butt. If that is not invented yet,
it's poppers.
It's poppers, baby.
oh, is it a cream?
No.
That's why I'm saying a cream that relaxes the muscle.
No, it's like a fume. It's more of a fume.
It's VHS cleaner.
Which why is it now
Yes.
a thing now? People are like sniffing them
in the club?
out on the roof deck of freaking like taboo.
It's fun.
Yeah,
Wait,
that I
okay.
don't
Like a head
like.
high.
Back up.
There was
I need you to explain this.
we
to
were
me.
we were we
Well, good.
We
I
were-
brought an example.
I bought some trinkets. we were out at the club and it was like 3 people around the tabletops, and it was actually 3 girls and a boy.
Sure.
And the girls, they were sniffing poppers, the girls and the boy. I'm like, why? Like,
can someone show me a picture of what a popper looks like?
and
It's like a little bottle.
Have you ever seen the Rush bottle? Like everyone? No, you're so straight.
Oh.
No.
think of it.
It's not a choice.
Think of it.
Okay.
Do you remember those little eardrops?
Because like
Eardrop vial.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like. The
Okay,
the
so like
jar.
I'm picturing, because like you said, like for some reason I just started picturing like a diffuser. I'm like,
Kind of shaped
Yes,
like that.
yeah.
You're
and
not
they
wrong.
just have those in clubs.
No, people bring him.
Just to get a little high, a little bit. Woof.
You know, like it's
They
like
have them in men's clubs.
it's like it's like back like when you were in like middle
Like a
school
sauna.
and you learned that like a Sharpie could give you a head high and you're
Yeah.
sniffing it. It's that.
Also, it can't. That's stupid.
Yeah, but like as a kid you think that, but like
Yeah.
this actually will.
Yeah.
It gives you like this tingling sensation
sense of
throughout your
euphoria,
body, like
yeah.
a nice warmth.
And it relaxes your butthole.
Booty hole loose.
Everything.
Booty hole loose.
But like it's even a thing in like I know my one straight friend, he has poppers and we'll hit them out in the club. I'm like, what are you doing?
Straight guys can be bottoms too.
Yeah. Would you peg a man if he has?
No, not my thing.
No.
No.
That's fair. That's fair.
I've learned if you use it too much in one night, like
It's a lot.
Your equipment doesn't work.
Yeah. It happens to
And-
me. Happens to me if I sniff it as a top, I don't retain my erection.
Yeah.
As a bottom, I also like don't need it. She's just ready to go.
Yeah. Okay.
Good for you.
That's great. That's
killing
great.
me.
Why?
That's so nice.
Because we don't have planned sex, Carlos and I.
You don't have what?
Planned sex.
Oh, I thought he said plant sex. I was like,
I would hope
We
not.
have sex around our plants.
Like the jungle.
Yeah, we have a jungle theme room. No, we don't have like our sex isn't planned.
Okay.
It's very
That's
very
nice.
spontaneous.
That's cool.
And that's how we kind of like when we first met. We didn't discuss like top and roll bottom situation. We kind of like talked a little bit, and then I think we video cammed like one time.
Oh.
Like we masturbated on like our phones to each other, and then once we got together, the chemistry kind of made that he liked both and I liked both.
Okay.
And I feel like as I got comfortable with him, I became more the dominant one because 1, my size,
Yeah.
2, my age, and 3, like he's just willing.
Gotcha. Yeah, and I think like you say dominant.
I'm jealous.
When you
I'm
say
very
like
single.
dominant, I feel like the better terms to use are dominant submissive versus top bottom.
I
and
li-
all that. Saying you're a bottom implies you're a submissive, and that's not always.
I don't
Yeah.
like I don't
Power
like
bottoms.
I don't like the bottom shaming culture that most people have. I think it's rude to like, oh, he's a tall bottom. Like, every top needs a bottom and every bottom needs a top. Like the puzzle piece has to fit perfectly, and every type of wear needs a top and bottom.
But I do love that meme of the giant Halloween skull outside and they're like 6'4" bottoms. I'm like, that's a funny meme.
So, Mike, are you like what?
I haven't topped in 5 years.
Okay.
It's been a while.
Gotcha.
You're the old lady in Titanic. It's
Yeah.
been 84 years.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't done it since like college top. So I'm like, like if someone I really liked wanted to, I would, but I like to take it.
Okay. I got you. That's so much
Okay,
work.
you don't have to
I'm
keep
okay,
it.
but I
My
like.
hat goes off to
but
you,
like
'cause-
I'm very much. I want to plan it out. Like spontaneous to me, I'm like, I'm not ready. Like I don't
Yeah.
know what I did that day.
And
Yeah.
and sometimes like we can read each other. Like if I know when he's able to, I can sense it in his body language. Like he won't like scoot right away to me. He'll be like, and then I'm like, okay, maybe he's not that comfortable to like the bottom for me, whatever.
Yeah.
And then we'll just do other stuff. We do other things.
Yeah.
Like either we are like together watching porn together, we may masturbate together, we do oral together, and we don't have to,
And be like a side.
we don't have to penetrate at all to enjoy like sex together.
Yeah. So, what if somebody like you were out on a date with somebody and they said they were a side?
Side what?
You never heard that term?
No.
That's like a newer term, I guess.
So it's like top, bottom, verse, and then side.
He likes
which
some-
means like no penetration.
just like sucking.
I don't know why, but my first instinct was just be like, what is this? What is this nonsense that you speak of?
Like, you're killing me.
Sorry, I hit the mic.
Side? Aside from penetration and everything else.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's why it's called.
So here's the thing, like,
is that a deal breaker for you? If you met someone like, oh, I'm just a side.
So it was prior to like researching this topic or researching for this topic for like, because when I hear side or when I heard side before, it always seemed like, oh, I don't want penetration. It's like, okay, well, I want penetration, so that's not going to work for me. But my understanding is that it is more like heavier on the foreplay, like cuddling, kissing, all that other stuff, and all the like touching all the erogenous zones, and just being very, I guess on some level it could be
like sensual.
Maybe, more sensual, a lot of like body play and stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm cool with that.
But
I think I would still like some penetration. So so I don't know, like if I were to be with a side, how that would shake out, or whether
long term it
wouldn't
work
like
out.
Toys or something.
Yeah, long term it wouldn't work out.
Yeah, I don't know.
A lot of my people that I know are in semi-complicated like sexual things with their partner, and it's usually because they didn't have the first conversation in the beginning. They found out later, like, oh, I like this and you don't like that. I feel like it's so important to like put those things on the table first. With him and I, like, we discuss this all the time. Like, what other things would you want to bring into this relationship? I'm like, nothing in particular, but maybe could you do more of this, less of that?
I'm a very constructive, submissive person, so I will tell someone, I will give them like detailed instructions. If they're not doing it right the first time, I'm just like, okay, you tried. Now we're gonna lay out the instructions, and this is exactly what I need you to do. Do I need you to dominate at it?
Do you do it during? During the deed? Like, ooh.
I do it nicely, okay?
My dick will shove it out right into my belly button. You told me that.
I just like I like it a certain way, and I do have the privilege of knowing exactly where things are gonna go. Except sometimes guys will surprise you and just be like, "Whoop, whoops, it slipped." Never slips.
Yeah, okay.
And so it's more of like I have like I like just have to give like constructive feedback. Yes, it's not criticism; it's feedback. It's really interesting that you guys have to have that conversation so early. And like really just put it on the table.
Because I did it before with my ex. Like, we didn't have that talk in the beginning, and then like it was almost like maybe a month and a half in that we did start having sex, and I was like, okay. And then I found out like, oh, I wasn't getting my end of the bargain. I was like, shit. So, and now I'm invested. Yeah, I really like them. What do I do?
It's interesting because I feel like for straight couples, a lot of, I won't say all of it. I feel like there still needs to be conversations, but there's like kind of an accepted rule book for straight couples to kind of follow as far as like sexually. And of course, there aren't any positions necessarily to deal with unless somebody's into that. Right. So I don't know. I mean, would you agree?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. There's just like, usually, it's either girl on top, guy on top, but it usually goes all in the same place each time, and we don't have to like ask who's entering who. Yeah, unless you're really freaky, and hats off to you.
Have you ever been rejected because of your position? Once somebody asked you that question, are you a top or a bottom? Or have you noticed like a switch in personality and then they just kind of like moonwalked out of the situation?
No, they become your friend. You guys become friends. Okay. I'm like, that's my sister. When you meet guys, or like if you guys are not compatible that way, you just become friends.
Yeah. You guys get so many friends.
Friends.
You have a lot of friends.
Friends
very loose. Friends very loose.
I just like am bad at.
I have like 5 good guy friends. I have the rest are acquaintances.
Yeah. It's a loose term.
Yeah,
like some holes.
Friends I consider like they know my personal. I cooked for them.
Probably like on Grindr, but nothing like on a date. I've never gotten denied, but like people are like, oh, what are you into? And then like, oh, same. And I'm like, Okay, have fun. Good luck.
Have you ever been in the mood to top and then you just could not find anyone willing? They're like, oh, he's obviously a bop.
No, not at all. No.
That's not me.
No, very off-brand. No.
Mike knows what he wants.
I know what I want, and I want it in me.
I'm trying to think. Have I been rejected for my position?
I would never say rejected.
No.
No. Yeah. Just been like, okay, I'm gonna keep moving. I'm gonna keep pushing it, queen.
Okay, so rejected is too strong a word.
Yeah.
And
Well, I mean, like, you're not really pushing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes. I'm trying to get it over with.
Yeah, no, I mean, I feel like maybe rejected is too strong a word, but sometimes, I'll hit people up.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll be like a hookup type of thing. And, my profile always says verse.
Right.
That's what I was gonna ask you both. Like, you both are on the apps for that, right? As it's already implied. What you are on your bio.
But no one reads bios. Who likes to read?
No, they just make. I feel like people make snap judgments based on the picture.
Yeah. Mine's a thirst trap, so it works.
Yours?
Yes.
What is it?
I'll show you it.
No, can I see?
Yes.
Oh.
I'm thirsty.
It works.
Well,
But, okay,
Lunchable.
so you guys say that you like to, just kind of get it out of the way. How do you, maybe for our listeners who are, new to being gay, well, I mean, not new, but
Some
out,
are.
being out,
Yeah.
kind of thing. So, how do you even approach the question? Do you wait for the topic of sex to come up? How do you bring up the topic of sex? Is it?
You want to do a role play real quick? We're on a date.
Oh.
Yeah, I want to watch
Yes,
this.
I would love a role play.
Right.
I would
Okay.
love
So
to
we're
see
going-
this.
Are we role playing?
Yeah, we're at dinner.
Yeah, but how far into the
Give us
date
the
are you?
background. Give us the
Yeah, like,
background.
We met off, let's say, eHarmony. Or,
It's so wholesome.
Bold.
or Christian
Bold assumption.
or Christian Mingle.
Christian Mingle.
Or
Oh my
J-Date.
gosh.
Okay. Because that's where I would find love, not in Scruff or Grinder, period.
Maybe
That's just
sniffies.
cold.
Definitely not.
Sorry.
That's where you go to find a serial killer.
Yeah, that is.
We're
That
at,
is exciting.
let's say we're at a restaurant, Little Nonos.
Okay.
Okay. And we're talking.
Yeah.
So, how was your day? Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, my day was.
It's
my
good.
Day was
right?
good. It was great.
Great. So wonderful.
Yeah.
So, what are you looking for?
I'm looking for a nice, strong man who's able to pick me up and toss me. Can you do that?
I feel like this is very unrealistic.
I could
It is.
This is so
You want
unrealistic.
to go back to my house?
Yes. Check, please. And scene.
Can I get a box?
I'm gonna need this to go.
I get this to go.
Yeah.
Thank you. No more pasta.
Very
because I need to
theatrical
be
version of what I think the conversation
Yeah.
would be like.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't. I see that you didn't eat, so that means you're fine.
I see that you didn't
Look,
touch
those are the
your-
signs.
Your water.
I need the carbs.
Your ice
All right.
cube.
I'm sorry.
Oh, you ordered.
I see that you
ordered
didn't
a
get
salad.
any dairy.
Yeah.
I see you got croutons and water.
The ice chips.
I will have all the pasta because I need the carbs.
Yeah. But I guess honestly, I'm pretty direct. So I'll ask and just be like, if I want to change the topic, I would do something.
Do you
like
discuss that over social or in person?
Depends on the person. Depends on the app. Like if I'm on Hinge, I'm not gonna bring that up unless they do. Like I'm more so I'm gonna follow where you lead the conversation.
So
more
do you just so are you a top or a bottom? Or are you so top or bottom?
I just be like, so what are you into? Like let's get down to brass tacks. Like
I don't know. Part of me feels
Is that question one?
icky, kind
No,
of even
usually-
bringing that up on a first date.
Yeah?
Like if we're
Yeah.
if it's like a date situation and not trying to figure out
Yeah.
whether it's going to be a hookup or a date. Like if we're
Yeah.
on a date.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I would bring up sex on the first date.
Yeah.
I think I would now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's such a common thing that
I know,
makes it
and
break.
I think it's different for everybody. And I'm
Stop.
like, I don't judge people who do. I think I would bring up sex on the second date for sure.
Yeah.
Because I
That's
think
fair.
that I think that's important to talk about and to see if there's
you can tell
compatibility there.
in even the first kiss, like when you guys are kissing, and if the top is filling up the booty, he's like, oh, that's where he wants. If the bottom is,
But see, I'm confusing because I will feel over everything.
He's doing
like,
a
I want the
TSA
booty.
pat down.
I'm like, yes, exactly.
'Cause usually-
that's nice. That's
Usually
nice.
the
Now
dom person will be like caressing the ass while the bottom is like touching the front.
I mean, I
Don't
like
look down
grabbing
here.
a butt though.
Wait.
Did you just
Who
say
doesn't like
I'm a
grabbing a
boner?
butt?
No,
Like,
you
don't look down.
Wait, so you saying cough made me think. So like,
Anything
What did
dropped
that-
out.
if you're like, he's like you like people like they make you cough to like see if something drops out of your butt.
Yeah.
So like, if you were to cough
Are you
when he
smuggling?
like goes in, does it make it easier? So like you can just like cough and then
You know, I never tried that.
The cough method.
Well, I said you're giving a TSA pat down.
I just
said
wa-
cough.
Did Renee just coin the cough method for bottoms?
bottoms. Can you try the cough method? And
I
let
don't
me
think
know if
my
it
I don't
works?
think my hole would be that loose from coughing.
I'm just saying, like a little help. It's like
A little
Can you imagine just like a top just being like, now cough?
like you're at the doctor's office.
Now cough.
Great.
There you go.
Mom, please don't watch this
Oh
episode.
my gosh. So has your sexual position changed over time?
Yeah.
Like, yeah?
Yes. Beginning, I was mostly a bottom with my first 2 boyfriends.
Wow.
Because it was easier for me. And then towards this one now with Carlos, like I'm definitely we're like good ground beef. It's like 80-20.
I can't help but laugh. That's such a cute analogy.
Is
Yeah.
that like a food thing?
That's such
Yeah.
a chef analogy.
Yeah.
We're ground beef.
It's
That's
like,
like
80-20, 80%.
80% lean, 20% fat. So I'm more lean. He's more fat.
Oh.
I'm more dominant.
Do you
Okay.
like your boy? I'm just kidding.
Do you like your
I
boyfriend?
love him.
I'm kidding.
We can hear the
I was just
comments
like,
now.
Yeah. I
It's
was
just
like, woo.
It's
wait.
just good. It's just good ground beef.
Got you.
It makes sense.
I
Grass
love-
fed?
Grass fed.
Nice.
It's good. It's like we
That bougie.
have really good chemistry comes through our sex life. Yeah.
That's good. That's important.
No, I think my position has definitely changed. Like when I came out, I was definitely like more like a top. I was like, just because I'm gay doesn't mean I have to be blah, 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 blah,
Yeah.
blah. And it was just like, okay, let me get out of that mindset. So I went from being a top for a few years, and then I ended up just being like more of a bottom. And that was cool, but then there was like people who don't really like to take care of you in that position. And I've learned that you have to really trust whomever
Yeah.
you're, messing
Right.
with. And so now I think I'm definitely more like a true verse. Like I've tasted both worlds.
Right.
Oh, Miley Cyrus.
I don't know if that's the right like verb, tasted, but yeah. I mean,
You were tasting something.
it's tasting something.
In a perfect world, like we will all be versed to enjoy all areas of sex.
Yeah. And like, what do you think about like the stereotypes that are associated with those sexual positions? Because I know like people will think like verse, they'll like when I say, oh, I'm verse, they'll be like, oh, you're just a bottom. Like, stop it.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
When I asked you, like, if
Super
you
rude.
Because I'm verse, I'm like, I can go either way.
Bottom energy.
you're verse top, verse bottom, like, no, you're just a top, or you're just a bottom.
Okay.
If I say I was verse top, you'd be like, shut up, you're a bottom.
I like you, Jarrod.
That innocent look up was so funny. Like, I don't want to say it.
And that one is like,
I don't want to say it out loud.
Pero
but-
like-
But like even, but the thing is like even in saying something like that, it's almost like a bottom shaming type of thing. It's
It's
like,
true.
oh, you're just a bottom. Like you're just a bottom, or like you're a bottom. You take it up the ass. Like you're.
would you be like,
First of all, bottoming is painful. They are the backbone.
then would you
to
just
the gay
say like,
community.
I like both?
What'd you say?
You would just say I like
We're
both.
on the front line.
You could say,
They're on the
Yeah.
front line.
I mean, and I do. I like everything, but people try to act like. Just because you say you're verse or you're a verse bottom,
They're
you're a bottom,
dismissive,
or like a
yeah.
verse top, you're a bottom.
Yeah, I try to pay that no mind, and I'm just like, you're just annoying.
I know
Like,
you don't get to have sex with me.
like,
Congratulations.
yeah.
You missed this versatile
turn
dick.
That's
Yeah.
such a turn off.
Now, have you been treated in certain ways because people knew of your sexual position?
I don't think so. I'm trying. One time a hookup, it was very much. It was in an old rectory.
Sorry.
Yeah. And he was like he was like student teaching, but he was living in the rectory, and I was just a hole. He treated me like a hole.
Oh.
A rectory is
It's where the priest used to live.
he local?
He wasn't a
Who
priest.
Is he local?
would call it a
He left.
rectory?
Yeah, I don't know.
Is he local?
He
Now
left.
that I'm
He's
thinking
no
about
longer
it.
here.
Like,
Is he
that's
local?
why I
Was
left.
he local?
Yes, he was at one point. He
so
was.
he took over
I-
your rectum in the rectory.
I
He
think-
wrecked my rectum.
I think,
He wrecked your
I
rectum
think we
in the
both got
rectory.
wrecked by the same rectory.
Yo,
Was it in Port Richmond?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have that.
Did he come over to your house in his Scooby Doo van?
No. I went to him in the rectory.
Girl.
brought your own rectum to the rectum. I'm sorry. I'm done. I'm done. I'm sorry.
It's like a whole tongue twister now.
Other than that, no, not really.
So okay, so nobody has been like, I'm gonna treat you, and this is
what someone might
this
say.
is very, we call it misogynistic.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna treat you like the woman, or I'm gonna treat you like a woman.
I
And
usually
it just becomes
I don't
very
like that.
like.
I don't like
I feel
that.
like there's so much inner hatred attached to
Yeah.
I
that.
don't like that.
No one's like ever like no.
No.
I think if anything, if people like came in my comments with that, I block them. I love a good block button, and I don't pay them. I like to bottom, but also I'm not gonna take your shit.
Yeah.
I'm not like I will bark back
Yeah.
or do what I need
That's
to
good.
do.
You should do that.
I don't take shit
As
like that.
someone
Feel the
who's
power bottom.
Yeah.
as a bottom, like I don't like when guys are very like machismo.
Yeah.
And that to make me feel like degraded.
I like
I don't like that shit.
I like kind of like the tough exterior, but don't treat me like shit.
Yeah.
Like I don't mind like okay, like
A
you
little-
could be like dominant, but you don't have to be an asshole.
Yeah.
Like there's a fine line with that.
If I slapped you like
Absolutely.
bitch, little bitch.
I would depending on how you slap me, I would probably slap the shit out of you. And be like, I don't like that.
I just got a very happy memory.
If it was like a playful slap, that's
Yeah.
fine. But like if it's like hard,
Yeah.
I'm gonna beat the shit out of
Good.
Is there like
Can't
a
relate.
No,
is there
no.
a cultural component to that?
Yes,
I
there-
wonder?
yeah,
like
there is.
you. I think
like,
it's to a degree, yeah.
And because too many guys are watching porn to think that's sex. That's not sex. That's role playing. That's
Oh, well, I didn't mean like slapping. I meant like kind of treating the other person like
Degrading.
some people like it, and it's a thing. Some people like to be degraded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
It's interesting.
a lot of people want to be treated that way.
I like it sometimes. Like I like it to be like almost like a fun little role play.
Yeah.
A little bit. I do like I said, I have been stopped before, and it was kind of like heat of the moment. Like we were very much into like
Yeah.
that dominating thing, but like when he did it, he like before and after he did it, he was like making specific eye contact
Yeah.
with me,
Yeah.
and like making sure like even like yeah you can't like judge consent based off of just like an eye look, but like
Right.
you know like the vibe was there, the feeling was there, and even like afterwards he kind of like did like a very short pause of
You good?
Yeah.
Pero
just okay, let's keep going.
right.
Just all right. And then even after he was just like, hey, was that like everything I did okay? Like how are you
Yeah.
feeling?
I always ask
so,
him.
so like consent.
I always ask Carlos at the end, like, did you enjoy?
No, he didn't ask me if I enjoyed it because it was kind of obvious.
Yeah.
But it was more of just like, were you okay with how rough it was? Like, should I
we go
not do
too
that? Like, did we go
far?
too
Yeah.
far? Did you not like it? And I really appreciated that.
That's nice.
But I kind of want to get into. I kind of want to dig into that question because, I mean, I don't know how you feel and you feel about like how. Well, I mean, maybe you can tell me like how white men will treat
Minority.
like if. Well, I mean, because I feel like there are cultural differences, and I feel like my impression is that white men won't treat bottoms that as often than men
Okay.
of color will step into the hyper masculine.
Okay.
You know, now you're like basically you're my woman right now. Even though that like and even saying that, like I said before, is like a little misogynistic.
Yeah.
But like I feel like black men and Latin guys like to fall into that traditional mindset.
Of man and woman
Yeah,
mentality.
like in
Yes.
gay relationships. And
Yeah.
I'm curious if that's the same.
I think it depends on how they grew up.
Yeah.
Because I would
Yeah.
say like people that around my area, like where I grew up, they would treat people that way because very rooted in like Christianity
Yeah,
and
yeah,
stuff
yeah.
like
I
that.
was gonna
Yeah.
say that. I feel like
Yeah.
there's probably some essence of like Catholic guilt
Yeah.
or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
So I would say probably to that degree, but I wouldn't
Yeah.
say it's every.
Yeah. And I mean, I would say like for black
Yeah.
men as well. I think because our culture is like very rooted in Christianity.
It always goes back to religion.
Yeah.
Does.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I could definitely see that as being kind of one of the root causes. So okay, so we have got about like 5 minutes left.
Yeah.
I always try to leave. I don't know what kind of advice we can give y'all, or I don't know, maybe we can just put like a button on like
A butt plug.
we can put a butt
Let's put
plug
a butt plug in this.
on this conversation. If somebody is going on a date, when is the appropriate time for them? When would you suggest is the appropriate time for them to bring up this question if they don't already know?
After appetizers.
After you order.
No, if it's someone you're going on a date with that you find attractive, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there's some potential of sex could be on the table, I would immediately ask, these questions like, what are you looking for? What do you want? What do you like? And the person says to me, well, I like both. Well, guess what? Me too. So we could probably work out pretty well. That just doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
Just because you like the same position doesn't mean it's compatible. You have to wait till you get into that. I would like to get right into it.
Okay. And you're not afraid of that leading into now I'm seeing you as a hookup?
No, it's
No.
just like a gin trial.
Because I feel like if I were to do that,
We're-
like I would change the mode of the date to, oh, now we're going to hook up after, and that's going to be.
Would it be
I
like
will
a
be
third date
honest.
thing for you to like hook up with someone like that?
I would say maybe like a third date. Like if we were seeing each other consistently and all signs were clear, then we can hook up.
Okay.
Or we can have sex.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call it a hookup at that point.
You're right.
When I
It's a little
first
bit more
met Carlos, we didn't have sex. We like kissed, and that was great. And then we like fornicated. We like were
Not
just
fornicated.
we like
Coitus.
coitus. we did everything but like
Inserting.
we didn't even do oral. We just like felt each other.
So you
and,
guys
like,
were sides.
yes. We were just like touching each other, kissing, like touching, and like you can tell there was something there. And then the minute we had sex, I was like, oh, this is good.
Aww.
It's good.
What about you, Mike?
My go-to is listen to your gut always. And I listen to your gut. If you feel like I want to ask this question now, ask the question. And if it blows back in your face, it wasn't meant to be.
Yeah.
That's how I try to go through
Okay.
like anything like that.
I got you. I think for me, I will say it really just depends on what kind of importance you place on sex in a relationship. And if you can kind of go with the flow and it really doesn't, if you're like me and it doesn't really all matter all that much. Then
Sex?
Not sex. Sex matters.
But you could wait to
But
ask
I can
that.
wait to ask the question.
Yeah.
Because
It's not like a top
it's
tier
not it's
deal
not-
breaker kind of
Yeah,
thing.
Yeah,
exactly.
that makes sense.
Exactly.
Oh, for me it is.
Yeah.
Same.
That's why you ask it first.
But I also think you have to be careful not to sexualize the interaction, because then that can lead to just it being a sexual relationship. And if you're looking for something more with somebody else, you kind of have to have those, I guess, foundational things.
I see like when you're buying a new car and you like see the car's like nice, and you go inside, like have all the buttons, you go test
The
drive.
windows don't work.
The windows don't work. There's no AC.
That makes sense.
I was
get
like,
that.
the fuck. Next car.
True.
Yeah.
But you can fix the
That's
AC.
But you can fix the AC.
Okay, I don't know where this analogy went, but
I have
okay,
no
we're
idea.
Renee, do you have any other observations, at the very least? After
I mean, I think you said it really well. It kind of just depends on how important that is to you. I am a bit of, I can be quite the embodiment of a lady in the street and a freak in the streets kind of thing, because I don't even really I don't even kiss on the first date. Honestly, I don't. I don't know. Like, first of all, I don't know you. I just met you, and I usually just like wait until like the second or third date to even like kiss them. I usually wait till like the fifth date before like the actual
Putting out.
yeah. And I just like to wait. I do, because Well, I've had like a lot of experience of not waiting, and you don't have to wait as long as me. If you want it to be the first date, that's when you have it. If you are like me and you do want to wait, maybe don't bring it up on the first date.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
If you're on a second date with a guy, and he's like, Renee, I'd like to kiss you now. Would you be like, yes?
I mean, it depends. If he's like weird about it like that, no. That was not very sexy.
I'm not straight.
I mean, I would rather it be a little bit more like a moment and then we kiss. But I don't know. I just don't like kissing on the first date.
That's fair.
That's fair.
Okay, cool. All right, well, I want...
thing.
Yeah.
I know, prude.
No.
I don't think prude. I think you've got
Far
your
from
own way of
It's just my
moving
preference.
through.
Yeah, everyone has
I like
their
to get to know
everyone
someone
has their
before,
preference. There's no
we
way wrong.
exchange
You
dental
have-
plaque.
You have healthy boundaries.
Thank you.
You do.
Therapy.
Well, look, I want everyone to, if you like this show, if you want this to come back for another season, please, go donate. That's at anchor.fm/boyfriends. You can become a subscriber. Even if you want to just go to my Linktree link and just send me a few dollars, something. This costs a lot of money. Everybody here is getting paid. We've got to get the room and the cameras and the lighting. We're trying to update some things. So, yes, please, if you enjoyed the show, please show it.
Some fiscal appreciation.
Yes.
Listen,
I can do.
I
All the links will
am
be in
an
the show notes.
aspiring sugar baby. I
We-
know all the
we can
terminology.
Physical appreciation.
I said fiscal, not physical.
Oh.
Both.
Anyway, please be sure to like, share, comment, subscribe. And remember, if you have no one else,
You
got us.